All right, welcome traders. Hey, I want to do a little training today about the 3-day rule and why you should not try to time the bottom during sell-offs. One of the things a lot of traders tell themselves is, well, this has to be the bottom, or they're trying to catch the falling knife, or they add size too early, or they sell puts too aggressively, maybe they buy calls in a panic, or they average down without a confirmation here. The problem is that most traders are trying to pick a bottom based on predictions as opposed to being process based. So I'm going to give you a process here on what I call the 3-day rule when it comes to gap downs and some things to look at. Now, again, you don't have to catch the exact bottom to make money. All you need is structure and some consolidation areas to take a look at. So let's take a look at some gap downs and how to use the 3-day rule most effectively. And what that rule is after a major sell-off, you've got to wait at least 3 days before you can enter a position. So why would I do that? Because number one, panic selling from retail investors often follows the initial drop. So there's a drop, and then the retail investors get in and they bring it down further. Number two, institutional investors, they're going to spread out and scale in their sales over multiple days to minimize impact, which could also push the price lower. So they may get out of a portion today. If it keeps dropping, they're going to get out a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, so they don't all get out all at once. So that can also spread that out to multiple down days. Next, waiting is going to let the market absorb that bad news, and it's going to reduce the risk of further declines. And again, selling pressure is going to exhaust gradually. You'll see the volume start to drop after a couple days on the selling pressure. That'll be your opportunity, I think, to get in at a better price. So a couple things that we want to look at is if day two makes a lower low, the bottom's not in. If day three makes another lower low or breaks lower, the sellers are still in control here. You need to stay out and just wait and be patient. I know that's the hardest thing to do is being patient. So how do we do this? I'll give you some rules. Okay. So instead of buying on day one, the day one panic, or day two and day three institutional traps, here's what I want you to do. Okay. Number one, let's wait for that stock to form a base. Either higher lows, sideways action, something other than making new lower lows. We want to see some positive price action. Okay, so number two, some positive price action, at least a green candle or two, a little bit of a bullish reversal pattern like a hammer or an engulfing bullish candle, something like that, or even a close above the recent highs. Any of those would be good positive price action. So that's really what we're going to be looking for. We'd also like to see some volume on the up days, suggesting that buyers are stepping in. If you see a gap day the next day on lower volume, could be a trap. We got to be patient. Next, we want to see some improved sentiment, such as positive analyst comments or maybe no further bad news. And sometimes people just need to digest the earnings or the news and realize that, okay, maybe that really wasn't quite so bad. It was an overreaction, which is often the case. Okay, so a couple things to remember here, and these are, again, maybes for you, is if day two or day three forms a new low, then you may want to reset the clock and start over. Okay, so the 3-day rule, if day two is lower, it may start again. If day three is lower, start the 3-day rule again. Be patient here. It's okay. Another thing to look at that you may want to factor in here would be some technical indicators. Number one, if the 8 EMA has not been breached to the upside, you may want to wait for more consolidation. So be watching that 8 EMA. It's usually pretty critical on the 8 that if the drop's going to continue, we won't be breaching and closing above the 8. We may peak above it and finish below. Until that 8 really gets breached, you may want to wait for some consolidation. You also may want to look at RSI to see when it starts to reverse, because that could be a clue. So let me share a couple examples of how this could work and some things that you could be doing to improve your trading. So let's take a quick peek here at a couple examples. My first example is going to be UnitedHealthcare. All right. So we know on May 13th, okay, we had a pretty significant gap down. Okay. So day one, the clock has started. Day one, big gap down. Day two, a gap down. Day three, okay, we had a little bit of a green candle, a little bit of a maybe a little bit of a hammer, but On day two, it was another lower low. So technically you could restart, okay, that clock again. So that would be day two. Day three, we really don't see much of an improvement. We tried the rally, we didn't. So look at the price action on this. Okay. We tried the rally, but we couldn't. Okay. That kind of gives me a sense of, you know what? Bears are still in control. Okay. Then went lower and then lower again. Okay. A doji of its little indecision. Okay, which may be a good thing if we close higher, but we didn't. We closed lower again. Okay, sideways, then lower again. So again, just be patient. And if you're looking at this blue line, that's the 8 EMA. If you followed that all the way down, okay, you wouldn't have jumped in on day one or day two, or probably any of these candles if you're just patient and looking at some of the things that we talked about. A, resetting. If the next 3 days you don't see, you get some lower lows in here. The 8 is still heading down. We didn't even touch the 8. Okay, so it's not even a thought for me to enter this thing yet. And then I would have avoided this big gap down, which starts another 3-day rule, right? Okay, day one, lower low, starts the rule again. Day two, another huge gap down. Okay, starts the count again. Oh, now we're up. Okay, another day up. All right, so now we may be able to want to, maybe we want to get in here. Okay, we've at least seen 2 days up. Okay, we haven't seen any more further selling. Okay, we haven't breached the 8 yet, but again, you could get in. It had a little dip, move sideways. This was a great consolidation range here. Okay, and at that point, okay, maybe we look to get in. Yes, there was some more selling. Okay, but eventually we started to move and move our way higher and higher and higher. So getting in here, somewhere around 300, while we would have dropped back to about this 230, which would have been extremely painful, we did rally back up to about 374, right? Another gap happened recently on UNH as well. So we just had an earnings gap down right here. Gaps down. Next day is a reversal day. Okay, smaller total wick on the next day. Okay, but one day doesn't make a trend. The next day we were off our highs, nowhere near the 8. Okay, we were a bit oversold, but hadn't started to really move up. We actually, RSI kept falling. Okay, so day two, day three, not really seeing anything. Day four, lower, 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 lower. Keep restarting the clock. Okay, then we started to see some improvement, and we finally today are breaking above the 8. I think this is a better opportunity to jump in here than it was on day one. Yeah, it ended up being roughly the same price, but at least we've got a little bit of consolidation here and a little bit of price improvement. Okay, so there's one example. Another good example of how to use this, we can jump into Meta. And let's look at the October 30th meltdown in Meta here and exactly what happened here. All right, so you can see gap down on October 30th. Okay, so big gap down. Okay, day one. Day two, lower low. Okay, so anybody that tried to jump in here thinking, oh, this is a great place to get in, okay, lost money. Next day, lost money. Next day, lost money. So again, we keep resetting the clock. Okay, day one, restart. Day one, restart. Day one, restart. Day two, upward movement, but a little bit of a doji type of a candle where we didn't really finish at highs, but it's okay. Okay, but day three, another lower low, restart the clock. Day four, hammer candle, not a bad thing. Day five, okay, I'm sorry, day two here. Day three on this move up, okay, not terrible. I wouldn't blame you if you tried to get in here, but we still haven't broken the 8. Okay, so if you had waited for that, it would be this candle here that you would enter that we broke. If you wanted to wait for confirmation of it, okay, you might not have entered to here, okay, before we started to at least move higher temporarily, if this is something you want to get into. Now, obviously, we've been selling off and then rocketing up and then moving around on it, but had you waited and gotten in here, okay, at roughly 636, okay, we're at 651 now, so we are still higher, and we got as far as 740 on it. I'll give you one more example, and then we'll wrap it up for you here on the 3-day rule. But let's look at Amazon in 2026. Okay, very recent example here within the last couple of days. Okay, big gap down here, day one. Day two, another gap. Green candle, but another gap down. So this really starts it again. Day one. Day two, we have a doji pattern, so no real conviction. Day three, inverse hammer. The bulls can't seem to get it going. Okay, so day three, I don't know. I wouldn't be, looking to get in, and we're still pretty far from the eight day, so I'd start it again, day one, day one, day one. Okay, there's no reason to get into Amazon here. The eight is rocketing downward. It's going to come meet you somewhere down here. You don't need to be in first. Okay, it's okay to wait for that regime shift. Plus, another piece is the market right now is turning into a bearish regime, okay, which is what? The 8 below the 21, below the 50 moving average, okay, RSI below 50, bearish PSAR, all of those things. Let's take a quick look at the market. What's the market telling us? Well, the market is saying in here that, hey, you've broken the 50, the 8's broken below the 21. Okay? You've got a bullish PSAR so far, but an RSI falling. So three of the four things are bearish right now. I wouldn't be trying to pick lows in a bearish market. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. You want to trade with the regime. If you want to go against the regime, okay, then you've got to size down 0.5% to 1% max loss maximum. Okay, so you don't have to find the exact bottom. Okay, if the market drops 10%, okay, after you try to get in and it starts to rally 10%. Okay, if you miss the first 3%, that's fine. You can still catch the next 6%. So anyway, we don't need to catch the whole move. We just need to catch the majority of the move. All right. Hope this makes sense. Hope this keeps you safe. Okay. Hope this makes you a little bit of a better trader. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one and stay safe.